Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal a preview clip has been released for the week of August 4, 2025. It shows John, Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, busting Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech. Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, issues a plea to Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada. Also, Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, chases after Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Nick Marone, Jack Wagner. Let's start off with Finn, who has been determined to find out the truth about Liam Spencer's Scott Clifton miracle. The doctor finally confronts Grace about the secret procedure and Liam's condition. Finn already mentioned to her that he couldn't find anything online about the mysterious colleague who operated on Liam. Next, Finn will blast Grace for faking Liam's brain tumor. However, when confronted, Grace doesn't apologize or offer to turn herself in. Instead, Grace asks Finn to cover for her, which has him absolutely appalled. Over at Bill Spencer's Don Diamond house, Liam is still recovering. Finn stops by with Grace to speak with Liam and Hope Logan, Annika Noel. It should be noted that Bill isn't in the room, so I guess he'll be the last to find out again. Finn brings Grace in there and says she has something to tell them about Liam's brain cancer. Grace doesn't exactly look willing to confess though. So I wonder if she will back out at the last minute or claim not to know what Finn is talking about. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the week of August 4 reveal that the preview clip also shows Eli with Luna. The doctor urges Luna to hold on. However, even if Eli does manage to save Luna from dying, how on earth will she earn redemption? Fans can also expect Eric Forrester, John McCook, giving his son a warning. The patriarch tells Ridge that Nick had a ring. Once Ridge realizes that Nick is going to propose to Brooke, he tries to catch up with him. By the time Ridge arrives at the harbor, Brooke is already taking off in Nick's boat. As they speed away, Brooke is lying on top of the speedboat. So I assume that's how she falls into the water. The week of August 4 on The Bold and the Beautiful is about to shake up Los Angeles in a big way. As buried secrets unravel, desperate pleas echo through hospital corridors, and one man races against time to reclaim his future. Buckle in, this is the week everything changes for the Forresters, the Logans, the Spencers, and especially for Grace, Lili, and Ridge. Monday, August 4. Grace caught red-handed, Steffi demands the truth. The week kicks off with an explosive confrontation at Forrester Creations as Steffi overhears Grace on a hushed phone call with someone connected to the prison system. Armed with suspicions that Grace may have been manipulating Luna's legal situation behind the scenes, Steffi corners her in the CEO office and refuses to back down. Grace tries to gaslight Steffi at first, playing the concerned mother role. But Steffi has been through too much, and she's not easily fooled. With Ridge's support, Steffi digs in and demands to know whether Grace is the reason Luna's plea deal nearly fell apart last month, and if she's also behind Finn's sudden distancing from the situation. At the same time, Finn finds himself struggling with nagging guilt. Sheila warns him that something bigger is brewing, and if they don't get ahead of it, someone will get hurt. When he learns Grace visited the district attorney's office just days before Luna's hearing, something inside him snaps, and he begins asking the same questions Steffi is asking now. Tuesday, August 5. Lee's shocking plea: don't let her destroy everything. After learning about Steffi's confrontation with Grace, Lee finally breaks her silence. Lee has been holding her tongue for weeks, choosing to protect her professional standing and the remnants of her family reputation. But when Finn visits her with questions about Grace's involvement in Luna's case, Lee realizes it's time to come clean, or risk losing her son forever. In an emotional scene at the hospital, Lee pleads with Finn to listen to her side of the story. Through tears, she explains how Grace manipulated her into remaining quiet about certain details of Luna's arrest. She confesses that Grace threatened to expose confidential patient files from Lee's past if she didn't play along. Finn is stunned, heartbroken, and furious. The betrayal of trust, the manipulation, and worst of all, the fact that his mother chose silence over truth. But what stings most is the realization that Luna might have been innocent all along, or at least not as guilty as everyone believed. Lee's final plea to her son is simple. Don't let Grace destroy everything I built, everything you've become, everything Luna could be. Wednesday, August 6. Ridge's race. A chance to save Brooke? Meanwhile, across town, Ridge gets devastating news. Brooke is seriously considering leaving Los Angeles, and him, behind for good. Brooke has been quietly spending time in Big Bear, reflecting on her romantic history and questioning whether Ridge will ever truly choose her without hesitation. The years of back and forth between her and Taylor, the broken promises, the almost weddings, it's worn her down. And now, with Nick Marone once again whispering sweet promises of a simpler, stable love, Brooke is tempted to say yes to a new beginning. When Ridge hears that Brooke might be flying to Paris with Nick to explore a fresh chapter abroad, he panics. Determined not to lose the woman he loves again, Ridge races to Big Bear to stop her before she can leave. But the path to Brooke isn't easy. Traffic, weather, a stalled rental car. Ridge's journey becomes a symbolic race not only against time, but against the very indecision that's haunted him for years. As the episode ends, viewers are left holding their breath as Ridge slams on the brakes and bursts through the cabin doors, just as Brooke is preparing to leave with suitcase in hand. Thursday, August 7, Grace's house of cards begins to fall. Back at Forrester, the fallout from Grace's exposure is swift and brutal. Carter, who had grown close to Grace over recent weeks and even entertained the idea of a romantic connection, is rocked by the news. He confronts Grace in private, asking her why she played with people's lives, especially her own daughters. Grace, cornered and defiant, lashes out, claiming she did it for Luna's future and to keep control over chaos. But Carter isn't buying it. He warns Grace that Forrester Creations will be reviewing her contract, and that any future with him is off the table. Meanwhile, RJ and Luna finally get a chance to breathe. Though Luna is still dealing with the legal ramifications of her past, new evidence brought forward, evidence that Grace tried to suppress, is starting to paint a different picture. RJ vows to stand by her no matter what, and the two share a sweet, hard-earned kiss in the design office, whispering about second chances and the future they almost lost. But not everyone is celebrating. Steffi, still fuming from Grace's lies, demands a full internal review of who at Forrester knew what and when. She wants to make sure this kind of betrayal never happens again, and she's not above bringing in Ridge or even Eric to make it happen. Friday, August 8. Ridge makes his move. Marry me, Brooke. After a long week of chaos and heartbreak, Ridge finally arrives at the moment fans have been waiting for. Standing in front of Brooke in the Big Bear cabin, Ridge pours his heart out in a way we haven't seen in years. He apologizes not just for the recent waffling, but for every time he made her question her place in his heart. He tells her he's done playing games, done living in the past, done pretending that anything else matters. Then he drops to one knee. Brooke Logan, you've always been the one. From the first sketch. From the first kiss. From the first moment I called you my destiny. Will you marry me? Brooke is speechless. Tears fall. A mix of joy and heartbreak flashes in her eyes. She wants to believe him, but she's been here before. As the music swells and the screen fades to black, Brooke's answer remains a cliffhanger, teasing a monumental decision that could change the Forrester family dynamic forever. Also this week, Sheila Carter continues her private investigation into who really set Luna up, believing there's a deeper conspiracy that might even implicate someone inside the prison system. Her alliance with Finn grows more fragile as he questions whether Sheila's instincts, or her obsession, are helping or hurting. Thomas Forrester returns briefly from international travel and is stunned to hear how far things spiraled with Grace. He and Steffi have a tense reunion where they discuss what it means to truly protect the family, especially when their enemies come disguised as allies. Katie Logan reaches out to Lai, trying to mend fences after their past conflicts. The two share an unlikely moment of empathy, and Katie encourages Lai to forgive herself for staying silent too long. Hope Logan, still keeping her distance from the Liam Finn drama, grows closer to a mysterious new investor at Forrester International, sparking curiosity and concern from both Thomas and Brooke. What this week sets up. The week of August 4 not only delivers twists, truths, and tension, but also sets the stage for the next big arcs heading toward late summer and fall. Grace's downfall may not end with her being fired. She could face actual charges for obstruction or interference in a legal investigation. Luna's freedom could trigger a new wave of drama as she regains control of her life, but possibly discovers she's pregnant after everything she's been through. Ridge and Brooke's engagement may reignite the Ridge-Taylor war, especially if Taylor returns to Los Angeles once she hears the news. Sheila's obsession with helping Finn may pull her into dangerous territory, especially if her digging uncovers something that powerful people want buried. Final thoughts. Boldness meets consequences. This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, it's not just about romantic declarations or corporate shakeups, it's about facing consequences. For Grace, who manipulated everyone for power. For Lai, who stayed silent for too long. For Ridge, who's racing to prove he's finally ready to be the man Brooke deserves. But in a world where loyalty shifts like sand and secrets never stay buried for long, one truth remains. Destiny is never guaranteed, not even for those who believe in it the most. Get ready. It's going to be a bold week, and a beautifully dramatic one. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Bold and BAU UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.